One other thing, you have called for what you call high-level autonomy in Tibet, for real autonomy.
Yes.
The Chinese say that Tibet already enjoys autonomy under China. What is it that you want which the Chinese haven't given? Where does Chinese autonomy fall short?
I think many visitors Tibet, including many Chinese, now they once they reach in Lhasa, they once noticed Tibet is actually ruled by terror, rule of terror. The autonomy, not that way. The Tibetan should have the final sort of authority except foreign affairs and defense. The rest of the business which Tibetan can handle even better, because they know Tibetan mentality, Tibetan sort of geographical situation. So that's the meaning I'm seeking. Is the present on paper, yes, there is autonomy, but in reality, every key position occupied by Chinese who have no idea about past Tibet, also the Tibetan culture or Tibetan sort of habit or Tibetan mentality. Besides, of course, no question about Tibetan value of Tibetan spirituality.
And here, this is a condition. This is not a dream for the future. This has to happen now.
That's right. That's right.
This is very important.
That's right.
And when the Chinese say that they have already given autonomy to Tibet, you say, no, that is not autonomy. What the Chinese have given is terror.
That's right. At the moment, rule of terror is a reality.
One other thing, Your Holiness, the Chinese say that you keep calling for all Tibetan-speaking people outside the present boundaries of Tibet to be incorporated in an enlarged Tibet. They say that is impractical, it has never happened in history, it can't happen today.
As I mentioned earlier, we are not looking about past history. Today's reality, the danger of diminishing our own culture, our own language, facing all parts of Tibet. So all Tibetan, entire Tibetans, 6 million Tibetans, they're very much eager to preserve their own culture, their own language, their own spirituality. Therefore, we here in free country, morally speaking, and also I think the reality, we are acting on behalf of these people. So therefore, since we are not seeking independence, since we are not seeking separation, we are very much satisfied if they provide us certain sort of right within the concept of autonomy, self-rule, then we are very much sort of working with Chinese. Therefore, now our main concern or main sort of point is preservation of our culture, our spirituality and environment.
Which is why all Tibetan people must be together.
Yes, all included.
I understand your attitude. I understand your response to the Chinese Prime Minister. Let me put to you a problem. You're already 71. The Chinese say age is against you, time is on their side.
That's okay. The Tibet issue is not my issue. Of course, not sort of individual person's issue or the old institutions sort of interest. No.
It will continue.
Whether Dalai Lama institution, whether they continue or not, up to Tibetan people. As early as 1969, I stated, very institution of Dalai Lama, whether continue or not, up to Tibetan people. This is not issue. Issue is 6 million Tibetan people.
And that is important.
So long Tibetan people remain there, this issue, unless you solve properly, realistically, this issue will remain.
So in other words, don't hope that the Dalai Lama will die and the issue will end. The issue will continue.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me look briefly at the other side. You've advocated the middle way. Young Tibetans say that the middle way hasn't produced a result. They are becoming impatient. They are tired of living in exile.
Yes.
They want a more assertive, a more aggressive policy. They even talk about the need to use violence.
Yes, now, unfortunately, among Tibetan people, and particularly among the youth, not only outside, but also inside, there are a sign of growing frustrations. So, but meantime, see, I always telling them, yes, you are demanding, or you are sort of concerning about our basic right. Okay, doesn't matter. But if they really want a different approach, then they must show us, or show to the people, the systematic sort of method, step by step.
In other words, you're challenging.
That is not very clear.
You're challenging the young. You're saying, I understand your impatience, but if you want to influence policy, you have to do it systematically. You have to show a method. You have to show that you are capable of leadership.
That's right.
Let me quote to you, Your Holiness, what you said in 2003 to a French reporter. You said, if no results can be achieved in 2 or 3 years of negotiations, I would find it hard to explain to the young people that the middle way is effective. Today, that 2 or 3 year period is over. Negotiations haven't started. So what do you say to the young today?
Concrete results not yet happen. However, the support, the sympathy among the Chinese is growing.
I'm not surprised, Your Holiness, that you see a silver lining on every cloud. Many people believe that the run-up to the Beijing Olympics of 2008 give you the best opportunity for a settlement in China. Do you think you can grab that and make it happen, or do you think 2008 will slip away without a settlement?
Yes. Many people, you see, showing that kind of feeling. The Olympic, before Olympic, there's possibility. Now, after that, things may become more difficulties. Firstly, as I mentioned earlier, since this is one nation's issue, our political structure, every 5 years, election take place. So, if youth, including youth, if they have serious sort of program, then make clear to the public, then next election, yes, let them elect one sort of assertive leader or something. Okay, no problem.
You are throwing a challenge to the youth, aren't you?
No, this is truth. This is true.
One quick question.
I admire, you see, their sort of, their spirit, their absolute loyalty to our own people, to our own nation, but sometimes they're a little bit impatient.
One quick question.
Oh.
You have been waiting patiently for almost 50 years to return home.
Oh.
Do you think in your lifetime you will see Tibet again?
I think, according judging the today's sort of development or changing in China proper, I think things are hopeful. I feel like that.
You're an optimist.
Optimist, yes.
And if you don't see Tibet again, if
no
God
problem.
forbid you were to die without seeing your home again,
Okay.
would you be unhappy?
No problem. No problem. I'm a Buddhist monk. Now, over 71 years old. These several decades, I trained my mind according to Buddha's teaching. Doesn't matter.
Let's take a break at that point, Your Holiness. I want to come back and in the limited time available to us, ask you about your relationship with the Indian government. We'll be back in a moment's time. Stick with us.